What's up, everyone? Thank you for joining me today on another episode on this channel. If this is your first time here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also hit the bell for notifications so you'll know when I put out future videos. In today's episode, let's talk a little bit about the X-Men franchise. Now, X-Men is going from Fox to Disney now after X-Men Dark Phoenix, which has really been a disappointment at the box office. Now, we also know there's a lot of concern about Phase 4 of the MCU going very woke into identity politics and things like that. And with the statement that Victoria Alonso, she is the executive vice president of production for Marvel Studios, she thinks that the name X-Men is outdated. Now, the reason that she thinks it's outdated is because there's a lot of women that are in the X-Men. You know, Storm is one of them, for example. A lot of people like Storm. But is she on the right path with this? I'm going to say no on this. This is what she had to say. She said, "I don't know where the future is going. It's funny that people call it the X-Men. There's a lot of female superheroes in that X-Men group. I think it's outdated." And I think a lot of people in general really disagree with her on this. When I look at the name X-Men, it started with the comic books. So let's just say, for example, that Marvel decided to change the name of X-Men to the X-People, I should say. It won't have the same kind of buzz. And I think it would actually kill the X-Men franchise because people know the X-Men as the X-Men and not the X-People. And just for me, when I hear the name the X-Men, I'm thinking of like man, as in mankind. You know, even the name woman has the name man in it. So it's just a general name talking about everyone. Yes, there's a lot of women involved in the X-Men. But I just think this is another example where the MCU may be going very woke in this next phase. Now, I think it's going to be a while before we get another X-Men movie that's going to come out. It may be another 5 years or something. They may want to start this whole thing fresh because Dark Phoenix is doing very, very bad at the box office right now. The reviews for this movie are not good at all. But I think the MCU is going to want to put their own take on it, their own spin on the X-Men. You know, maybe they'll even get involved in some Avengers movie down the road. We don't know. You know, that's another thing too, so we'll have to see about that. But I think this is just the MCU trying to make it seem like the X-Men name is sexist against women, and that is not the case whatsoever. You know, if you change the name of the X-Men, for one thing, the most popular character in the X-Men is a male character. Everybody knows that Wolverine, Logan, is the most popular character when it comes to the X-Men. I think we can all safely agree on that. You know, Professor X, Magneto. But of course, like I said, you have Storm. You know, she's very, very popular. But why is it now a problem that the name of the comic books is X-Men? I don't see a problem. This is just Marvel trying to create a problem where one does not exist. This is the SJW mindset, and this is the wokeness that is coming to the next phase of the MCU. This is another reason why I think a lot of people, they are pretty much out on the MCU now that Avengers Endgame has come out, even though I think Spider-Man Homecoming looks pretty good, and that's the official end of Phase 3 of the MCU. See, these kind of statements here, it's just going to alienate the fan base. The X-Men have their own fans, and the fans want it to be called the X-Men. There's no logical reason to even say that the X-Men name is outdated. It makes no sense, you know? It's kind of like changing in DC, getting rid of the name the Justice League. It wouldn't really work, you know? I mean, the comic books are called the X-Men. What if you tried to change the name of like Superman, for example? It really wouldn't work. Or Supergirl, you know, some SJW may come up and say, well, you're just assuming her gender. Just call her Super They, you know, something like that. That's the kind of thing that could actually happen, you know, because that is the SJW mindset. But there is no reason to say that the X-Men name is outdated. It makes absolutely no sense. Now, if you want to get technical, the MCU, they haven't really put out hardly any female-driven movies, you know? Let's just be honest with that. So they're kind of hypocritical when it comes to that. You know, they put out Captain Marvel. That's really the only one, even though I'm pretty sure they'll come out with some more in the future. But they didn't do anything in the past either as far as, you know, promoting a female-driven movie. Everything has been, you know, pretty much male-driven. And that's just the way it is. But I get that because, you know, Spider-Man is big, Iron Man is big, Captain America. Those are the big names of the MCU. But guys, that's just my thoughts on this. What are your thoughts on this? Is she out of line? Is Victoria Alonso really out of line on this? I think she is, but I want to know what you think. So guys, let me know what you think about all this in the comments. If you're new here to the channel, please hit subscribe to catch future videos from me, and we will catch you on the next video. John Matrixx out.